Good day, Amber. This is your supervisor speaking to you. You must answer immediately. You're going to the office for work tomorrow, right?
Hello there, Carlos. It's always good to hear from my boss on a day when I'm not working. Anyway, I just wanted to express my gratitude for allowing me to take the day off to attend my mother's burial. It meant a lot to me, and I felt compelled to be there.
Amber, I don't need you groveling. I simply need you to show up at the office tomorrow and get back to work, okay?
Actually, if that is okay, I was expecting to be able to take a little more time off to thoroughly process everything that has transpired.
You know what I mean? I thought I told you I'd let you work evenings and take time off from work until the funeral was over. Isn't it over now? I'm not sure what sort of game you're trying to play with me right now, but if you think I'll let you get away with not doing any more work, you're mistaken.
But I still have unutilized bereavement leave days. Don't I have the right to use the vacation days stipulated in my contract? I thought we could take up to 7 days off work if one of our immediate family died. I should have 2 days left. Thank you, sir. All I ask is for those final 2 days so that I can fully grieve my mother now that the funeral has concluded. Besides, because the funeral just concluded, I still have a lot on my mind, documents to sign, and a slew of other stuff that they don't tell you about that comes after someone dies. I simply believe that if I show up tomorrow, I will be ineffective as an employee.
I see. So, given the gravity and rarity of the circumstance, I'll let you take the rest of your time off. But only for this one time. Man, you must consider yourself fortunate to have such a considerate and understanding boss, don't you? What would you do without me?
Thank you so much, Carlos. That means more to me than I can express.
Yes. But please understand that when you return, I will be writing you about all of the work you missed while taking so much time off. There is no such thing as a free lunch, youngster.
Amber, are you still working at this hour?
Hello, Wendy. Yeah, I'm sorry for always having to stay late. I'm going to start heading home, and I should be back shortly.
I see. I truly wish you didn't work so late. I'm tired of staying up so late waiting for you.
I don't mind if you go to bed before I come home because I'm just leaving the workplace. It might be a while before the last bus of the night arrives for me. I'm sure you're exhausted as well.
Thank you very much. I'm thinking of doing it. But first, I'd like to ask, don't you find it odd that you have to work so late every day just because you took some time off to grieve? Shouldn't some of your coworkers have picked up some of your responsibilities while you were away?
You are correct. Despite the fact that I had to take time off unexpectedly, everyone was gracious enough to pick up my work without complaint or ill will. But when I do go to the workplace, I always have to remain until I am the last person there. To top it all off, I'm always kept very busy right until the end, attempting to meet all of these piled-up deadlines.
Amber, you're not just doing Carlos's work, are you?
What exactly do you mean?
Well, I just think Carlos has had it out for you for quite some time now. Do you suppose that when you were gone, he didn't let anyone else do your work for you, and that's why you're always playing catch-up?
Actually, now that you mention it, when I returned to the office, both my coworkers and my boss all apologized to me.
I knew it. And, despite the fact that he is the business president, Carlos was gracious enough to attend your mother's burial, but he kept using language that he should have known better not to use at a funeral. It just doesn't sit well with me. You don't see anything strange about that?
So you're saying that you believe he said all of those things on purpose and that it wasn't a fluke or something?
I'm just stating that I don't see how it could be any other way. I apologize for bringing up your workplace, but I believe that since Carlos came over, there have been a lot of pretty awful developments.
Wow, that's obvious even to someone who doesn't work here, isn't it?
I believe you have become increasingly anxious with your work since Carlos became president. You can't tell me you're not upset about how he treated you at the time and even now, after your mother's funeral, can you? Aren't you disappointed with how Carlos treats you? However, your sister has now calmed down regarding the inheritance issue. But you must be physically and psychologically fatigued, and even if you don't recognize it, it is obvious.
Wendy, you are wonderful. Sometimes I just need that objective third-person perspective on my life to point out what's wrong and how I should strive to fix it. Thank you very much, love, for always being there for me. Without you, I couldn't do half of what I do.
Naturally, honey. It is always my pleasure to attempt to assist you. But I wouldn't claim I'm completely objective. Of course, I'm simply keeping an eye out for you. Anyway, have you given any attention to what we discussed the other day?
What may it be?
It's simply that my father has developed a genuine interest in you, you know? And I just believe it's a waste of your ability and time to work for someone who will never realize how hard you work or how excellent of an employee you are.
Thank you once more, Wendy. Even when I don't believe in myself, you always believe in me. I can't offer you a specific response right now, but I can assure you that I am really considering it in the future.
I'm sure you are, sweetie. You've got this. If you ever doubt yourself, just trust in the me who believes in you.
You're correct, baby. Anyway, I'm nearly home now. We'll talk again shortly.
See you soon, my love.
Hello, Amber. Have you been keeping yourself occupied lately? Is it that you're still reeling from your mother's death? You really need to clean up around here. Not only has your work quality deteriorated, but you're also working overtime every day. Oh. I understand. I know what's going on and why you're so down.
Good day, Carlos. The reason I've been doing so much overtime is that the quantity of work that I've had to perform seems to have increased since I went on bereavement leave. I suppose it has harmed my performance because I have no breathing room when catching up. And are you saying there's no other reason someone can be mourning their own mother, the person who reared them from birth?
I'm not saying anything, so don't try to put words in my mouth, okay? Anyway, I was just interested if you hadn't previously noticed that you've actually lost another very important person in your life.
I'm sorry, but I'm not sure who or what you're talking about right now.
I see. Don't worry, you'll get there shortly. I'm certain of it. I can't wait to find out. I am certain of it. Hello, Amber. You guessed it. I have some exciting news.
Hello once more, Carlos. What kind of excellent news do you have?
It's excellent news for me, but I'm not sure you'll feel the same way about it.
Yes, I see. Is there anything recent that I should be aware of?
Since I doubt you'll ever guess what I'm talking about, I'd better spell it out for you. I managed to get your wife pregnant with my child.
Please excuse me. I'm not sure I understand.
Have you realized she's already 3 months pregnant?
I'm sorry, but I have no idea what you were saying right now.
Didn't I tell you about 2 months ago? I warned you you'd realize who else you'd lost shortly. But I bet you haven't yet. You were so preoccupied with your sad dead mother that you didn't know I'd taken your partner from beneath you.
And that partner you're referring to is my wife?
Amber, you're finally understanding it. Actually, if I'm being honest, the first time she and I hooked up was while you were on leave for your mother's funeral. If I had to guess, I'd say the kid is from around that time period.
I see. Is that all?
Is that all? Is that the only answer you have to me telling you that I stole your wife? Oh, I see what's up with you. You're stunned. Your jaw must be on the floor as all you thought you knew crumbles around you. It makes no difference. You know, no amount of stress or crying will change the truth of what has occurred. I've had my eye on you since my dad took over this place. And, Amber, I have to be honest. I've never been really fond of you. I pledged that if the opportunity presented itself, I would hurt you. That's why Dillies and I are planning to have a child together.
But wait. Sorry, are you referring to Dillies?
Yes. That's correct. That is the name of your wife. Or did you forget it in your shock? She was very simple. All I had to do was tell her I was the company president, and the rest was easy. I didn't even have to make an attempt with her.
I see. And would you mind telling me when you last saw Dillies?
You may not like what you hear, but we just saw each other earlier today.
I get what you mean. I only need to confirm a couple of things you said. I'll get back to you soon.
Of course. Take as much time as you need. Nothing will change what I've done.
Hello there, Carlos. I really apologize for keeping you waiting. I just needed to look into what you were saying.
Oh, see who has decided to crawl back for me. You mean it took you 2 hours to figure out if I was telling the truth or not? I'd have assumed that if you just asked Dilly's, she'd tell you the truth. That she is pregnant with my child.
Is it safe to presume you're willing to assist her with the costs of the divorce?
Naturally, I will pay. For me, it will be a paltry pittance. I have lots of cash to spare. After all, that is one of the benefits of being the business president.
Okay, I think that settles it. You can have her.
At the very least, it appears that you have finally accepted the truth of what has occurred.
Yes, of course. I also informed Dilly's husband of what had occurred.
Who is Dilly's husband? What do you mean? Are you insane? You're Dilly's hubby.
No, sir. I'm afraid there's a major misunderstanding here. Dilly's is my elder sister.
Is she your sibling?
My real wife, by the way, is 8 months pregnant. You can rest assured that the youngster is not yours. My sister is a bit flashy and enjoys being the center of attention. That's how she drew your attention at the funeral, and I'm guessing you just believed she was my wife.
Are you serious right now?
Of course, this would be a simple error to make. And now I see why my sister eventually calmed down about the inheritance after making such a huge deal out of it before the burial.
Do you mean your mother's inheritance?
Yes, but bear with me while I explain. My family is not particularly affluent. My father, like everyone else, worked a regular job till he died a few years ago. Meanwhile, my mother was able to live nicely on her pension checks alone. Anyway, for that reason, I suppose, Dilly's was mistaken about how much money they actually possessed.
Is that right?
But, returning to my main issue, my sister took out a large debt last year.
Your sister is in debt?
And, in any case, she took out the loan, claiming that she would repay it once her mother died and she received her inheritance.
So, how huge is this loan?
She took out $4 million to try to create a poodle-only pet grooming shop. She refused to let any other dogs into the store.
She paid $4 million to build a pet boutique that only sold one kind of dog?
To be honest, I had done everything I could to forget about the whole thing, but when the subject of inheritance came up, she became flustered and angry towards the rest of us. Then I knew she was going to drag out the discussions for as long as she could in order to acquire the most for herself. Anyway, I'm guessing she ran into you at the burial and drew you in because of them. I'm sure she was eager to continue with you once you said you were the business president. With a title like that, she probably saw you as nothing more than a walking ATM machine to help her pay off all of her obligations. I only say that because later that day, she returned to the family, declared that she no longer needed the inheritance, and just walked away, leaving all of us to figure out what had changed.
What do you mean? Did you really just refer to me as a walking ATM?
Oh, and I just heard Dilly's took out another large loan.
What?
Last I heard, it was for about $10 million.
Your sister took out a $10 million loan?
I guess she and the bank didn't learn their lesson from the poodle grooming shop. It appears like round 2 is on the way. Anyway, that totals approximately $10 million. I'm as amazed as you are that she was able to obtain that much information, but I'm delighted you're here to assist her.
Please wait a moment. If that's the case, I'm just going to leave Dilly's. It's not like I like her in the first place.
Do you believe that will work?
I had no idea she was that kind of lady. And now that I know you're not even married, this whole thing seems useless. So you tell her she has to repay the money right away.
What do you mean? Of course, you cannot just refund the loan she has recently obtained.
Why not? Didn't she just take it back?
And, after all, didn't you say Dilly's was pregnant with your child?
Oh my God. What am I to do?
Oh, I just received some communications that you might find interesting. Allow me a moment to tell you what they said.
What are you on about now?
I recently learned that I had been picked to take over as president of my father-in-law's company. Anyway, I suppose I have a lot to prepare for before then, so I'm going to take the rest of the month off.
What exactly did you say to me?
Of course, I'm very sorry to have to do this to you. I'm sure I'm causing you some problems, but I'm afraid this is my 2-week notice.
Please wait a moment. We're not finished yet. You can't just leave me like that.
I suppose it is your responsibility to distribute notices of my departure, correct?
Hold on! If you quit, you will be unable to meet all of the deadlines that you were supposed to be working on.
Don't worry, I've left clear instructions on what has to be done. I'm confident you can manage it.
We're not done yet. What about your sister? Are you her brother? So, why aren't you assisting her with her debts?
To be absolutely honest, my sister and I don't get along, and I have no intention of bailing her out of the disaster she has created for herself.
But,
It's just not in my nature to break the rules, I guess. In fact, if it hadn't been for the question of my mother's legacy, I doubt Dillies would have attended her funeral.
but she is her mother.
Anyway, I need to start packing and preparing for the move. I'm going now.
Wait! Hello, Amber. I am your superior. You can't simply disregard me like this. Amber.
Hey, sweetheart, did you receive the salary?
How's it going, Mom?
You haven't sent me any money from the month before.
How about your salary? Life in the capital is too expensive and I want to keep a little money for the rainy day. If I go to the hospital, I can save myself.
I don't care, but you need to send me $5,000 every month on the first day. Are you understand?
Mom, I have just graduated the university, so I try to find a job.
Don't talk too much, I don't listen to you. Do you really want your mother died because of starvation or becoming homeless?
Sorry, Mom. I am surely that I have told you about it, but I guess I haven't. I can't provide you money every month. It's too hard for a newbie like me. Why have you never asked me about my health?
What? Why can't you? What do you mean you're not sending? Didn't you see what I said about me starving?
Actually, I am jobless now.
What? So who can provide me money every month? Who can submit school fee for your sister?
I have some reason. My company have a debt, so it stopped working for a little time. And when it can stabilize, I can come back.
So what you want to tell me is you are eating the bread of idleness?
Mom, why can you talk about me like that?
Are you kidding me? Who raised you and give you the best conscience to go to school? So now when you can make money, you have to do your obligation. That is giving me money and care about your sister. Now I am too old and you are not the baby that I have to care about you too much. Are you understand? What the hell do you think you are doing? You are the only hope in this family. So never told me something like you have quitted your job or you want to follow your future dream.
What do you mean by I'm your only hope?
I totally given up on your sister.
You mean Regina or Rihanna? Rihanna is still a student. Don't put any press to her mom. So what wrong with Regina?
I thought she found a job working near home right after she graduated.
She actually never worked a single day.
What are you talking about?
It's kinda a hilarious story that she forgot to show up at work on the first day. You know why? She was going to bar the day before, and she drank too much.
How is that a funny story?
I guess you had to be here. Anyway, she hasn't worked since she graduated the university. So I told her the only hope in this family.
Wait, what? She has money to play at the bar, but she didn't work. I remembered that you told me she founded a job and she was working. So she lied to me all the time? When I came home for the holiday, Regina was complaining about her jump to me.
I guess one day you can find that because I didn't have enough money for the daily life. I am going to tell you, but I just never seemed to find the right time.
What do you mean you couldn't find the right time? So what the heck is she doing now? Is she still babysitting at least?
Not even babysitting. She's at home all the time not doing anything. And sometime when she got boring, she came to bar and play with some naughty boys.
Why do you let her to be that pessin?
You know the quote, many a good cow has a bad calf, many a good father has but a bad son.
When I had my first job, I sent you about $1,000 a month, right?
Yes, I'm so proud of you at that time.
Oh yes, I remembered at the time you hospitalized because of your backache and the medical bills were high. Then I increased the amount to $3,000 a month to help with TH injury and the fact that you couldn't work anymore.
I was so proud of you again when you agreed without a fuss and started sending me money. I was beyond happy.
Of course, I was worried you. You're my mom. But it seemed odd that Rachel was not working and your injury was around the same time.
Actually, that wasn't a coincidence.
You're joking me. I can't believe it. So you totally lied to me and made me send you Oni when I even didn't have food to eat. Do you know what I have to do? How much did I have to sacrifice to send you that $3,000?
I'm really sorry, Lucy, there was so much going on.
You used me money to help Regina went to the bar?
No, that's not right. The part where I had to stop working was true. The money you sent me was suppering us too much. I wasn't too much for Regina, so don't worry about it.
Don't worry. I'm so pissed off. Do you even know what you're doing? How could you just depending on me to take care of everything for you? Aren't you embarrassed of what you're doing? I won't work and sacrifice my life for your stupidity.
That's a really big problem for me. Do you said the truth?
Of course, Mom. I have to put pressure on Regina, then she have to go to work. Don't worry, if she doesn't have money, she will have to find way to make money.
Then, Regina texted to Lucy.
Hey, sis, are you still pissed off? I wanted to apologize for lying to you, so please find a new job and help me and Mom with me money.
Stop talking nonsense, sis. Whenever you think you're actually wrong, I will talk with you. Now you just want to spend my money. It seemed like you didn't realize anything. Don't you think you're selfish? Go get a job and spend the money you made.
No way. I don't want to work. I hate working with the boss.
Just keeping that opinion, but remember that I'm not sending you any money from now on. If you don't have money, you can't do anything, and you have to find way to make money for a living.
How innocent you are. There are so many ways. That's why I am going to get married.
What? Stop doing unthinkable things. Get married?
I'm not dumb. I know I can't be unemployed forever. I will marry a rich man. So I come to the bar every night to find people who are interested in a serious relationship.
You're not making any sense. So you want to be a housewife? These men will look down to you, sister. Women who can't make money are unworthy and she's considered to not have any value.
Of course I know that, but being a housewife helps me get rid of working. Because I don't have to do anything. You know what? I found a perfect guy and he finds a woman who can take care of his house too. And he makes a great salary. He already told me I don't need to do anything around the house. It was so easy because I wrote on my profile that I don't know to do anything.
I am beyond words right now. You find a man on the internet? What are you really thinking?
We've been dating for a bit and we are already talking about getting married.
What? You will marry a man that you just met twice? Are you serious, Regina?
You know what? I can tell him that my sister is unemployed. That's not funny at all. What are you going to do if he doesn't marry me because he thinks my sister's an unemployer?
What? Why wouldn't you look back to yourself? You even spend my money. You can't make money.
I don't care, but you need to find another job. I can't have a loser for a sister. That's a super embarrassing.
Wow, you're truly self-centered ANF selfish. I won't give a crap about you and Mom. So just do what you want, even get married.
Lucy, how it's going? Why you didn't contact me for 2 months? How are you? Did you get a new job?
I have so many chances, and now I choose one company. I'm fine, Mom. I am too angry because of Regina. Now I do the charity for I volunteer. And it gives me no salary. It's just helped me gain experience.
So you can't make money now?
Yes, I am just living my life and follow my dream. I didn't have to do the job I dislike just to make money for you and Regina. After 2 months, you and Regina still jobless?
Yes, I am old enough to get a job. And your sister are preparing for her marriage. I don't think I have a choice but to keep our distance. I don't want your sister be Lucan down to just because of the jobless sister.
What? Are you serious?
I told him that Regina couldn't work because she was ill. He accepted. So I think you should get away from us to get rid of a bad look and embarrassing.
Oh, come on. Look who's talking. I send you money every month, so now you treat me like that? Am I your daughter? Or you have only child, that's Regina?
I was taking care of your sister while she was ill. So I can't be considered as an unemployed. So the problem just because of you. Doing the no-salary job? Ridiculous.
Mom, can you stop? You made me disappointed.
Her Phineas was really impressed with how I sacrificed for my daughter. What an idiot, by the way. But he's very rich, he runs his business. He makes a lot of income, so we don't need your support anymore. I just text to inform you that.
I am sorry, Mom. But I have to said that, you two are like parasites. So I am not needed anymore because I'm not employed.
Well, you know what they say, love lasts as long as money endures. Your sister seriously hit the jackpot with this guy, so you're not a good look for us. From now on, let's get a distance.
Okay, noted. I'm just in transition until I can apply for the biggest group by our country. Everything will be okay. I will live with the money I made. Not like you.
I don't care, girl.
You know that I was doing my best for my family, but I guess things like this happen. So I decide to keep the distance from you.
You're not my daughter.
All right then. If you don't need me anymore, I'll see you later, Mom. Please do me a favor and don't call me ever again.
Just be on your way and don't ever show your face around here again.
Lucy, what's going on? I saw you coming out with a super expensive condo the other day. Mom said you do the no-salary job and that you are hardly making any money. But I saw you with high-end items.
This time is not that time. I can find a job with a super high salary.
What?
That time I did the charity because I want to gain experience and build my reputation. So now I am working in the biggest group in our country.
It doesn't make sense to me, but it's super unfair that you get to live in a super nice condo.
Sorry, but I have no responsibility to explain my life to you. So please keep the distance like we have done before. I guess that you're the gold digger. Did you have happy life?
If I am happy, I won't text you like this. After we got married, he found out that I was lied about being sick.
That can be predicted easily.
So he told me to do the housework. I and Mom have to become the housemaid for him. I can't suffer from it anymore, so I decide to get divorced.
Haha, you fell in love for 2 days and then divorce after 2 months. I think it can become the best comedy ever.
I want to live with you in a condo.
What's wrong with your brain? You think I can accept a person like you? You're not my sister anymore. Please wake up. I have to go to work now, so goodbye. Then Mom texted to Lucy.
I have just heard from Regina that you are making a lot of money. That unbelievable.
So what? I can't help you anymore and now we're stranger. Remember, you were the one told me to keep distance from you.
At time like these, I'm so glad I had daughters. Regina husband is too stingy that he didn't send me any money just one time. Lucy, start sending me money like the past.
I am sorry, I can't. You should think if you're worth or not. Can you stop contacting me like this? We didn't have any relationship. I'm happy because I can live for myself and don't have to care about anyone. I can do my favorite job. So goodbye, Mom. Thank for taking me to this world. I am sorry because I can't give you money anymore.
After that, Lucy blocked 2 of them and I didn't hear from them anymore.
Lila, please stop being arrogant. Your upcoming status as my sister-in-law doesn't grant you the authority to condescend or mistreat me.
I apologize for any misunderstanding. I understand that you did not have any intention of behaving arrogantly towards me. Did I do something that displeased you or that you found unfavorable? It was unintentional if I did.
Yes. Whatever. It was pretty obvious what you were trying to do. You were exhibiting a sense of superiority based solely on your wealth.
I did not hold a condescending attitude towards you, and I do not perceive myself as a wealthy individual either.
Stop lying about everything. I know that you married my brother because he has a lot of money. You're such a gold digger. Are you planning to live life like a celebrity from now on? That's how it looks like from the outside. You are definitely being so arrogant.
All I'm doing is talking to your mother. I'm not doing anything wrong. Why are you being like this?
So now you're trying to make me look like the bad one? You can't even take responsibility for your own actions? I can't believe that he's getting married to someone like you. He always chooses the worst women. It's been like this ever since high school. I can't wait for him to realize the kind of woman you really are.
I'm really confused. What are you trying to tell me?
I'm telling you to stop acting so arrogantly towards me and my family. I'm sorry to tell you this, but I don't really want you coming to the wedding next week.
We're going to become sisters-in-law. Let's try to get along because we're going to be part of the same family. Also, the wedding would be kind of weird without me being there.
Fine, if you really want to come, you better get me a high-brand wedding gift. That's the only way I would allow you to come. You're desperate to attend, right? The gift better be worth at least $5,000 or I'm not going to accept it.
Sure, I was planning on getting you a gift that costs around that much anyway.
Whatever. Don't lie to me. There's no way a selfish person like you would have gotten me a gift that expensive.
Did you just call me selfish? Do you not remember how many times me and my husband have helped you out financially? I've learned and given you money every time you've asked me. How could you call me selfish after all that?
Are you serious? That money is the money that he earned from his job. You didn't make any of it. You're just a lazy housewife that stays at home all day. Why are you trying to take credit for something that you didn't even do?
That's not true at all. About that money.
Just be quiet. I don't want to have to talk about this anymore. Make sure you don't forget my wedding gift, okay? It better be worth $5,000 or I'm not letting you inside the wedding venue.
Fine, I'll get you something nice. You better change your attitude towards me once I give you the gift.
I'll decide it how I treat you after I see what you get me.
You really don't get along with Nora very well, do you? It's so obvious just watching you guys interact with each other. Could you try to at least get along? It's uncomfortable for the other people.
I try to get along with her. She doesn't seem to want to cooperate at all. I've been trying to act normal and I've listened to all the things that she's asked me to do. Anyway, it's kind of your fault that we're in this situation.
My fault? Why do you think that?
The reason why she doesn't like me is because she thinks that I married you for your money and job. When the hell do you plan on telling your family that you're unemployed?
I've been planning to tell them, but I just haven't had the right opportunity yet.
Stop planning and just tell them the next time you see them. I'm the one that earns all the money between us. I'm the one supporting you.
Yes, I know that. I'm thankful that you're so kind and I do feel kind of bad about it. It's just that when I'm with my relatives, I don't want to tell them the truth. It would be kind of embarrassing for me.
What is wrong with you? If you're embarrassed, then go and find a job. Also, that idiot told me that she would only let me come to her wedding if I buy her a gift worth $5,000.
Hey, stop calling my sister an idiot. $5,000? That's not even that bad, right? I'm glad that you didn't ask for something even more expensive.
Are you serious? It's a lot of money and I'm the one that's going to be paying it. I don't then care if we go to her wedding or not. In fact, I'd prefer not to go and not have to pay the money.
What are you talking about? We have to go. It would be kind of weird if you weren't there after all. I don't want to have to explain to the others about your absence either. Would you please just go and buy her something worth $5,000?
Why do I have to go and buy such an expensive gift for that idiot and you? I wish you'd hurry up and start working.
Why are you complaining about such a small amount of money? Isn't your business making record sales numbers? $5,000 for you is nothing.
Well, the online business that I started up is going very successfully, so $5,000 is not that much for me. Still, it's money that I earned and I don't want to use a single cent of it on something that would be a waste.
I'm begging you to just do as I say this one time. I promise that I'll try to find a job as soon as the wedding is over. You know that my parents are really strict people, right? They would kill me if they found out I was unemployed.
Okay, fine, but this is the last time I'm going to buy something or give her any of my money. Once the wedding is over, you can give her the money if she asks. Is that okay?
Yes, I guess so. Still, she would get mad and suspicious if we suddenly stopped supporting her financially.
Stop saying we. All of the money is mine. None of the money that she receives is from you. I'm the one that's lending her the money for her wedding as well. Yet everyone in your family thinks that it's you that's giving her all the money. It's not fair at all. You're taking all the credit for what I've been doing.
I do feel sorry about that, and I'm grateful that you're being so understanding. I am actually doing my best to try to find a job. It's just been pretty difficult, especially at my age. There's currently no decent companies that want to employ someone of my age.
Are you really sure that you're even looking for a job properly? All I see you do is play games all day and watch Netflix. I would have thought you would be going out for interviews, but I haven't seen you leave the house in such a long time. If you're going to be at home all day, I wish you'd at least help out with the housework.
That's because I'm not a quick learner like you. It would take me way too long to learn how to do the housework, and by that time I would have found a job, I think. I've never cleaned or cooked before, so you would probably get even more stressed getting angry at me.
Just get out of the house then, you useless waste of space. I don't want to have to keep supporting you in every single way possible. You're meant to be my husband. We should be sharing the workload together.
Calm down, would you? Once everything settles down, we can talk everything out. I don't want to cause any drama right now with Nora's wedding coming up.
You really are such a selfish person. Fine, I won't cause any unneeded drama right now because I respect and love your mom and dad. If your attitude and actions don't improve soon, then I'm going to be taking some action myself.
Are you trying to threaten me or something? You better not tell my family about my temporary situation. I promise that I'll find a job soon, so please don't go and tell them that I'm unemployed. I promise I'll change. Just give me a bit of time.
Fine.
Why are you acting so arrogantly again? Didn't I warn you about this the other day? Stop acting like such a good person when you're in front of my mom and dad. I know what kind of person you really are.
You're still going to take this kind of attitude towards me? Even after everything that I've done for you? I was the one who lent you money for your wedding fees, and I was the one that got you the expensive wedding gift.
Do we really have to have this conversation again? It wasn't you, it was my brother that paid for everything. Stop trying to take credit for what you didn't do. The wedding gift wasn't even that expensive. I thought you would be kind and get me something closer to $10,000. I guess I was wrong about that. You do know that you're the embarrassment of my family, right? I hope that you try to change that in the future.
Fine, that's it. I'm cutting off your financial support.
I don't care. You barely give me anything anyway. It's my brother that is the one that gives me all the financial support. Thanks for the wedding gift though. I'm not sure if I like it that much though, so I might go and sell it for the cash.
Are you sure he's the one giving you all the financial support? He's unemployed right now.
What did you just say?
He quit his company around 6 months ago. He hasn't worked for a single minute ever since he quit. He was looking for jobs until a few months ago, but now he doesn't even do that. I'm the one that's paying for all our living expenses. He's completely dependent on me.
What are you saying? You're lying to me, right? He was telling us stories about his workplace today.
That's a lie. He has a very good imagination. That's about the only skill he's good at. He makes up really believable stories on the spot. He shouldn't really try to become a comedian or an author.
Are you serious about this? Who else knows about this?
I'm the only one that knows. He keeps telling me to be quiet about it because he doesn't want people to know that he's unemployed.
That's a huge problem if mom and dad find out about this. They're going to be so furious because they're really strict. If they find out about this, then they're going to cut ties with him completely.
Well, that's great to hear. He deserves it.
What you just told me is the complete lie, right? There's no way that he's unemployed. I thought that he was so successful at work. You must be lying. There's no way that you could have got me such an expensive wedding gift without his help. You're trying to tell me that all the money that he's been giving me was actually your money? I find that very hard to believe.
Well, you better start believing because all of the financial support that you've been given was from me. I recently started up an online business with one of my friends from high school. It's been really successful and I've been making a lot of money. My bank account is looking very happy right now. We don't even rent out an office, so pretty much all the profits go straight into my savings.
I thought that you were just a housewife.
I work on my business every day while also doing the housework. I don't have the time to be using any of the money I earn on myself. That's why I was giving you financial support. I thought it would be a nice way to spend the money I never use. Once I cut ties with you guys, then I'm finally going to have the time to spend the money that I earn on myself. I'm looking forward to buying whatever I want.
Did you just say that you're planning to cut ties with us?
That's what I said. I'm planning to get a divorce from that lazy leech as soon as possible. I don't want to live with him or see his face. He's just a huge parasite.
Are you sure about this? What's going to happen to the financial support that I was getting from you? I really need that money.
You're not getting any more money from me. I don't want to waste the precious money that I earn on people like you. Tell me one good reason why I should give any money to an arrogant brat like you.
Did you just call me a brat? I'm already 27, you know.
That's what scares me the most. You're already that old and still acts like a kid. How about you try to grow up and act like an adult for once? Anyway, I've decided that I'm definitely going to get the divorce. Would you be able to tell your mom and dad that he's unemployed? I am sure that they would love to find out.
Wait. Please. Let's talk about this first.
I can't believe what you've done to me. How could you do such a thing? I thought we were married. You told my entire family that I'm unemployed. Even my mom and dad know about it.
You should be thankful that I kept it a secret for such a long time. I was planning on telling them at some point.
Do you know how much trouble I am in now thanks to what you did? They're really strict about this kind of thing.
Yes, I know. How much trouble you're in, and I think that you definitely deserve it. They're going to cut ties with you for sure. Where are you planning to go after I kick you out of my place? I know that you won't be able to go back to your parents' place now.
Wait! What? Did you just say you're kicking me out of your place?
That's what I said. I decided that we're going to get a divorce. Please gather up your belongings and move out as soon as possible.
Wait, please hold on. We need to talk about this. You're really serious about this divorce? This is all happening too quickly.
Yes. Of course I'm serious about getting the divorce. There's just no positives for me being married to you.
Positives? I thought that we were together because we love each other.
Do you really think that I still have any feelings for you at all? Take a good look at yourself and what you've done in the past 6 months. Stop acting like you're surprised to hear about the divorce. It was so obvious that it was going to happen at some point. You're a horrendous husband and you know it.
Sorry. I can change.
If you have nowhere to go, then you can ask Nora for help. She's your cute little sister, right? She seems to respect you and love you so much. You're the only person she ever talks about.
You know that I can't do that. She's not going to be able to make a living if you stop giving her the financial support that you've been giving her. She's also in a huge fight with her new husband right now.
What are they arguing about? Is it about her credit card debt?
That's exactly what they're arguing about. She buys so many things compulsively. I think she's addicted to shopping. She maxes out all her credit cards every single month. With other financial support, she can't pay for her living expenses.
Did her husband not know about that before they got married?
He didn't know at all. She did a good job of hiding it because of the financial support you were giving her. She made it look like she had no trouble paying for her expenses. As soon as you told her that you're no longer giving her any money, she decided to come clean to her husband. There was no way she could pay for anything, and she needed his help desperately. She really didn't have any other choice but to tell him the truth.
What happened after she told him?
He was shocked and disgusted. I think most people would feel the same way. The amount of debt she has isn't small. It's not like $10,000, which I guess could be paid back fairly easily. It's way more. He also found out that the only reason she was able to live normally was because you were giving her financial support.
So what's going to happen to them?
They're probably getting a divorce. He doesn't want to have anything to do with her. So both of us siblings are in so much trouble now. Our lives have fallen apart completely. Are you happy now?
Yes, I'm really happy. You both deserve this. I want you out of the house by the end of the day. You better not leave any of your belongings behind. If you do, I'm going to dispose of it tomorrow.
Kicking me out of the house is pretty much the same thing as giving me a death sentence. I have no idea how to live by myself or make any money.
You can go find a part-time job or something. I think the local gas station was hiring people for the night shift. All you did was play games for the past 6 months. It's time you made up for it and did some hard work. Well, best of luck and goodbye.
Wait, don't leave me.
Hey, I'm really sorry for everything that I did. I was an idiot. I'm going to work and give back all the money that you gave me. So please, would you be able to forgive me and give us one more chance?
You shouldn't try to make promises that you can't keep. How do you plan on paying me back when you can't even pay off your credit cards? You're also in a lot of debt as well. Do you really expect me to believe that you can pay me back?
Please believe in me. I promise that I'm going to change and do better.
I know that you're going to ask me for more money if I forgive you. You guys don't have a place to live, so you need some money for the rent, right? I'm not going to forgive you or give you any money. Why don't you guys work together and find a place to live? You guys can both get part-time jobs and chip in.
I don't want to live with a loser like him. He was hiding the fact that he was unemployed and made you work the entire time. I don't want to ask for help from a useless guy like that.
Okay, fine. If you want me to forgive you, then give me $5,000.
What?
I said pay me $5,000. If you do, then I'll think about forgiving you. It's not that much money, right? I'm pretty sure that's what you told me the other day. I blocked her number following that final text and ceased all communication with her. I enlisted the assistance of Ken's mother and father because he was extremely reluctant to relocate. They arrived with a massive truck and loaded all of his possessions into it. They proceeded to forcefully usher him into the truck along with his belongings and drove away. As a result of her divorce from her husband, Nora found herself without a home and burdened by a significant amount of debt. Luckily, she was able to secure employment shortly thereafter and presently resides in a dilapidated apartment, living independently. However, I've been hearing unsettling rumors regarding the nature of her current occupation. She has been spotted socializing with some rather questionable individuals. On the contrary, Ken was dispatched to the countryside by his parents. They had secured him a position at a diminutive factory to work at. He diligently toils every day, earning the minimum wage. Hopefully, both of them have come to realize that acquiring money requires extensive dedication and exertion. Money doesn't simply appear out of thin air. I hope that this experience serves as a lesson for them, prompting personal growth and fostering their development as individuals.
If you don't want to, you don't have to. You're not required to introduce yourself to him if you don't want to. It is up to us to make the decision, not him.
Sorry, but this is something I'll have to do. If we're going to marry, I should meet your parents first. I know your father is a strict man, but this is something I must do if I am to marry you.
He's more than that. He's a difficult person to converse with.
I believe I will be okay. He hasn't learned anything about me yet, correct?
I've only informed him I'm dating. I've never told him in depth about your personality. He's been very irritating recently. He continues questioning me about you. I informed him that you have to drop out of high school in order to begin working. He became enraged the moment I stated it.
Why should he be enraged?
I told you he was difficult to talk to.
Does he object to the fact that I did not complete high school?
Yes, almost. He's the type of person that values grades and accomplishments. As the CEO of a corporation, he places a high importance on such things.
I understand why. He is the CEO of XY company. They are a massive company. I can understand why he would be upset if someone like me asked to marry his daughter. Still, I'd prefer to obtain his approval before we marry. I don't think getting married without first speaking with him is a good idea. I'm not sure if he'll like me, but this is something I need to do.
You are not required to. Let's just flee to a distant city and marry there. I left my parents' home because I couldn't bear him. I want to get rid of my father as soon as possible. I'll do it when we marry.
If he doesn't give me permission to marry you, we may discuss it all. I believe it is worthwhile to give it a shot before giving up entirely. Who knows, he might truly like me.
I seriously doubt it. Why must you adhere to all of the guidelines in this manner? We don't need his approval to marry.
You know who I am, don't you? You are aware that I prefer to respect societal rules wherever possible.
Yes, I am aware of the type of person you are. I just don't see the sense in attempting to persuade him. If you truly need to do this, I'll talk to him and arrange for you to meet. However, I believe that this will end horribly. Remember that I warned you.
Don't be concerned, I'll be all right. I'll go talk to him alone. Can you please stay at home?
I'm quite concerned about you. Remember that he might be quite forceful with his statements. If you're not used to it, it can be quite frightening.
Okay, I appreciate the suggestion. I'll remember it.
Hey, you filthy scumbag. I hope you never come back to my place again. You are a scavenger. I don't want filth like you around me. Get out of my house now.
This is even worse than I expected. You're the most aggressive person I've ever encountered.
You're nothing more than garbage. I don't even want to talk to you. I know you're nothing more than a digger. I can tell by your expressions. Your expression is begging me for money. You just want to marry my daughter for this reason. After speaking with you, I am ill to my stomach.
Sir, you must calm down. There's no reason for you to be so enraged. I am completely uninterested in your money. I truly love her with all of my heart, and that is the only reason I want to marry her.
Nancy has completely let me down. I can't believe she'd be with you, a high school dropout. You are at the bottom of our social ladder. What the hell happened to her? I'm sure you kidnapped her. Please hurry up and return her to us.
I did not kidnap her. She came to live with me because she wanted to. I opted to come here by myself today since I didn't want her to be concerned about me. I wanted to chat to you one-on-one.
What made you think I want to chat to someone like you? I can barely breathe because your breath stinks so bad. I really wanted you to stop talking and shut your mouth because the whole house was stinking. What exactly do you eat on a daily basis? Do you drink sewage?
The insults keep coming. I'll take notes so that I can use them later.
Stop attempting to be wise. You haven't even finished high school. I've worked hard my entire life and accomplished a lot. I've always given my all, and I graduated from a prominent university. Since then, I've worked at premier firms and am now the CEO of XY Company.
Yes, I am aware of all of that. Your company is well known, and I had heard of it previously.
I believe in justice and want to protect my family from crooks like you.
I'm not a criminal at all. I'm not sure what you're saying.
You're not a criminal yet, but you will be soon. Your facial expressions indicate that you want to commit a crime soon.
I'm interested what kind of expression I was making when I was speaking to you.
I'm sure you've never studied properly before. You've dropped out of high school. Even your parents are probably criminals. They let you skip high school. A good parent would never allow their child to do such a thing.
Please don't make such disparaging remarks about my parents. My mother had to raise me on her own while battling an illness. I dropped out of high school to work and earn money to cover our medical bills and our living expenses.
Your entire family appears to be impoverished. Your parents should have saved more money.
Are you serious?
It's pointless attempting to make me feel sorry for you. I'm still not going to hand over my lovely kid to you. I don't want her to get married to a slacker like you.
You just called me a slacker? I had to work extremely hard to get where I am now. I don't consider myself a loser in the least. Also, please don't ever insult my parents again. I am really grateful to my mother, and if given the option, I would never want anybody else to raise me.
That's not a good enough excuse for me to let you marry my daughter. Stop telling me these meaningless stories and go do something good for society.
Trying to have a normal conversation with you seems fruitless.
You're nothing more than a parasite who simply wants her for my money. I will never give my daughter to a high school dropout like yourself. I need you to leave right away.
Okay, I'll do as you request. Goodbye.
That's correct, you jerk.
What is the matter with your father? He's totally mad.
That is why I have repeatedly advised you not to bother visiting him. I tried everything I could to stop you, but you wouldn't listen to me.
I had no idea he was such a bad person. I've never met somebody as horrible as him. Is he actually the CEO of a business? How can someone like him demand any respect?
Who knows? I suppose that after earning so much influence at his job, he's grown even more arrogant and condescending. What happened in the end?
We couldn't even hold a normal conversation. I chose to leave since he continued to insult me. Let's simply run away. We should have just done it in the first place, as you suggested.
We should have done that from the beginning. It's all right to break the rules every now and again. We're not breaking any laws. But it's a shame. I was hoping that by some miracle, you two would get along. He'll be shocked to learn who you truly are.
When I went to see him, I expected him to recognize me.
Maybe it's because he's getting old. Did you also wear a mask? That's why he most likely didn't recognize you. That doesn't matter any longer. I'm severing all relations with him. We will never have to see or speak with him again.
I believe it is for the best. I'm genuinely impressed that you've grown into such a nice person despite having him as your father.
That's most likely due to my mother. She was an amazing lady. It's very bad she died so young.
I am quite grateful to your mum.
I'm the same way. I really miss her.
Hello. It's me. Nancy's dad.
What is the problem? Do you want to ask me something?
Just this morning, I received a letter from her. It has been reported that she has severed all relations with me and that your name is Elias.
I see. I had no idea she had sent you a letter. She is incredibly thoughtful. I'm sorry to say this, but regardless of what you say to me, I'm going to marry her.
That isn't important right now. Are you saying you're Elias?
I am. I'm the one in your XY Company television commercials. I work as an actor.
That's something I had no idea about. That's amazing. Why didn't you tell me about this at our last meeting?
Before we could have a regular chat, I was instructed to leave. You simply spit insult after insult. You probably didn't hear a word I said anyhow.
I apologize for how I treated you. I was having a bad day.
Okay. Why did you decide to get in touch with me? I'm not sure I want to talk to you. If you don't have anything to say, I'll put down my phone.
Please accept my apologies. I had no idea who you were. I regret my attitude that day. Maybe I was too hard on you.
Even if you apologize to me, I will not forgive you. You're too aggressive and never gave me a chance. That is something I will never forget. Even my fiercest adversary would never utter the things you said to me.
I really apologize for what I said to you. I understand why you wouldn't want to forgive me. I would never have treated you that way if I had known who you were.
Now I might be successful. It doesn't change the reality that I was born into a poor household and failed to graduate from high school. Everything you said to me hit me just where it ate, bringing up unpleasant memories. It's not something I can easily forget.
Oh, I didn't mean any of that.
Also, you would never have apologized if I wasn't Elias, would you? You're only regretful now that you know who I am. There is no way I can forgive someone like you. Your apologies seem hollow to me. Do you truly understand what went wrong?
Of course, I understand what I did incorrectly. Because I didn't know who you were, I got a little carried away.
You have no idea. You should never be that aggressive with anyone. It makes no difference if you are conversing with a great actor or a high school dropout. You need to show greater respect to everyone.
That could be correct.
I understand why you are apologizing to me. If this becomes public, it will be disastrous for both you and the company. A company's CEO should not be calling the poster child a piece of trash. I'm sure you unjustly accused me of being a criminal as well. I'm curious what would happen if the entire world found out about this.
Are you currently threatening me?
No, I would never do something like that. I have no plans to tell the world what you said to me. It's simply that Nancy seemed determined to tell everyone everything. I tried to stop her, but I'm not sure if it was successful. If I were you, I'd try to talk to her about it.
What exactly are you saying? Is she attempting to ruin my life?
She appears to have a strong dislike for you. Who knows what she'll try now that she's cut ties with you.
That can't be right. I need to speak with her straight away. Hello, Nancy. Elias informed me of what was going on. I heard you're going to reveal my secrets to the world. Are you attempting to ruin my life?
Yes, it is correct. Being reared by you has caused me so much sorrow. I also noticed the text message you sent him. I was utterly disgusted. How could you speak to others in that manner? I've already given the media the screenshots and other information. This is simply a little retaliation on my part.
What happened? You're kidding, right?
I'm not making this up. I'll never be able to forgive you for what you did to us. I was going to simply cut connections with you, but that would be tedious.
What are you thinking? Many people will be harmed as a result of this. Your dumb action will reduce the value of my company's stock. All of my employees, as well as the owners of my firm shares, are going to suffer greatly.
I'm sorry, but I'm not interested. I'm confident they'll be all right in the end.
Please wait a moment. Please reconsider. I need you to act on this.
There is nothing I can do about it right now. The news is currently spread over the internet. By tomorrow, it'll be all over the place.
My office phone is constantly ringing. What you've done to me is unbelievable. Aren't you my child?
Yes, I am your daughter. I had to be the one to do it. Nobody else would be brave enough to oppose you. You'll have to quit from your position. That is the only way to prevent things from worsening. You must resign and give up right now.
I'm not going anywhere. That business cannot survive without me. Everyone on the team respects and looks up to me. What will they do without me?
What's that? Do you truly believe they admire and appreciate you? Are you kidding me? All of your staff are overjoyed to learn what you did.
What happened?
Nobody at work respects you. They were just afraid of you and your authority. When they didn't listen to you, you insulted and threatened them all. I also heard some negative tales about you from the company's young female employees.
That is due to.
I've been speaking with some of your employees, and I've heard some terrifying stories about you. I'm also going to send these stories to the media. That's all I've got for you. This time, I'm going to cut connections with you for good. Goodbye.
Please don't leave yet. I'm sincerely sorry for all I did. Please don't desert me. Aren't we all family? If you abandon me, I'll be left with no one.
I do not wish to be a member of your family. You are a horrible person.
I swear I'll change. From now on, I intend to treat others with respect. I beg you to return and live with me.
I'm sorry, but that will never happen. I despise you as a person and also for another reason. You're a scumbag. He had to resign from his company after his daughter severed all contact with him. He had no choice because major news channels had begun to broadcast his actions around the world. Voice recordings and anecdotes about how he handled his staff were also leaked, making problems worse. He quickly became one of society's most despised figures. It appeared that he would never be able to find work again. He was also sued by a number of former employees for a variety of reasons, including harassment and sexual abuse. He ended up having to pay millions of dollars in damages for his actions. He is currently living completely alone in his enormous house. He rarely ventures outside his residence since he is constantly followed by people who tell him he stinks. It appears that posting his reaction online has become a game. I'm delighted we decided to marry even without his consent.